Introverted guys, how did you meet your girlfriend? 1. I was in the department store one afternoon picking up an order to continue building my house. Well, they said it was going to take them a bit to get the forklift to it from the back and to put it on my trailer. So I went wandering around. I heard a commotion and a clacking sound. I turned towards the sound, and there was this red husky running at full speed. So I crouched down, and as it went to run past, I scooped it off the ground. So here I am holding this dog. This lovely woman comes out of an aisle and looks at me strangely. We had a small conversation about how I had a husky. Her dog's name was Alice. She thanked me for catching her dog, and she grabbed the leash and they left to wherever. Fast forward about 10 minutes and I see Alice wandering around on her own. She barks at me, waits for me to get closer and takes off down an aisle. When I turned the corner to the aisle, I saw the lady had passed out in an aisle. I called 911. I gave the EMTs my phone number, name and address and wrote, department store guy next to it. Told them to give her and come get Alice whenever. She came by the next morning to get Alice, and I of course invited her in to what was an active construction site that I lived in. I walked her through the house. She laughed that my bedroom was the garage, etc. Turns out she was an interior designer. Anyhow, she basically demanded that she take me out for dinner to repay calling 911 and making sure Alice was taken care of. And 2, I call her before I put in design elements to the house. The rest they say is history. That was almost 15 years ago. 2, she claimed me as hers and I kind of just went along with it. 3, I trained her at work doing patient transfer. Even if you're introverted, 12-hour shifts in a pair for 5 days is a good way to get to know each other. 4, she poked me in class. 5, I pretended that I wasn't and flirted my way via chat. 6, she walked up to me at a Halloween dance put on as a joint venture between our university anime club and some other kids. She walked up to me and opened the conversation with, "You're cute, we're gonna dance now." 7, she pestered me over the internet, until I agreed to go to the local pier with her. At first I thought she was a catfish after something because she 1, contacted me first, 2, was good looking in the pictures she showed me, and 3, was insistent on meeting in person ASAP after only talking for a few days. All of this to be friends, since at first she only ever talked about wanting to find a friend. 8, she sat beside me on a super boring, long lecture. We didn't know one another, so I cracked a joke because I was bored. She laughed and cracked a funnier joke. Then we had a pretty funny conversation for around 15 minutes. She cracked a joke so funny I couldn't control my laughter, so the teacher kicked us out of the classroom. The next lecture was still an hour later, so we went for coffee and that turned into a great first date. 9, a woman I worked with came up to me one day and said, "I'm tired of seeing you down all the time. You're coming to my house Thursday after work so that I can create a dating profile for you." I did, and I met a woman online after 5 days. We met for the first time a week later. I proposed 5 months later. We've been happily married for 7 years now. 10, mine just happened to show up in my backyard thankfully. Haven't let her go in 6 years now. My roommates in college wanted to host a last-minute barbecue for any of the graduates who were still in town. Most people immediately left after graduating, so we weren't expecting too many people. Lo and behold, she was one of the 6 people to show up. I made her a burger, and that was that.